GTA, the Definitive Edition, San Andreas, is it finally worth playing? This game got a lot of hate when it first released, as it cost $60 and the game was a massive disappointment, which made it a total rip-off. My last video on this discussed what was changed only 4 months after its release, and it was safe to say the game was still very disappointing. However, it's now been a year since its release. What is the game like now? Let's find out. If you guys do enjoy this video at all, giving it a quick like rating does help me out immensely, and feel free to subscribe to my channel so you never miss a weekly upload. We are playing on the PC this time. Probably won't make much of a difference. The game might look slightly better, I guess. Quick loading screens. Might be due to my PC though. First impressions, I mean, the game looks a lot sharper, to be fair, on the PC, but I guess that's to be expected, depending on what sort of PC you have. And yeah, I've got to say, the game doesn't look too bad. That was never really a massive complaint, although I would have preferred if the game got a little bit more attention to detail. My only gripe with this, that there was a lot of mods you could download, which looked 10 times better compared to what we actually got with the Definitive Edition. So let's check out the driving. So as you can see, we have the Banshee, which looks pretty good, I guess, with the reflections and whatnot. Doesn't look too bad. Let's set a waypoint, shall we? Regardless of this game coming out so many years ago now, the driving still feels okay. I don't really have an issue with it. I mean, paying $60 for a game with no changes to the driving does kind of suck, but it's not the end of the world. What really does bug me though, is what we're seeing right now, and that is cars popping in, and objects popping in as well. This kind of stuff could have been fixed, really simply, but oh god, what happened there? What, that guy... Okay, I'm really confused. I don't know what the hell happened. These kind of things can be fixed, and you might think it's not a massive deal, but it's not a cheap game to buy this. I mean, even now, it still costs about £30, which is about $36. It's not that cheap, is it really? What's going on over here? There's a bit of a gathering going on. I don't know what's going on over here. There's a big chainsaw up there. Come on, son. There we go. The blood effects still look decent, I suppose, but at least they've actually, you know, made the changes to make the blood look more realistic. And there we go, the bodies are disappearing. It's not that big of a deal, I guess, but these little things could have been changed and fixed. And once again, the popping in is pretty bad. I've got to say, the popping in is pretty damn bad when you're driving around the countryside areas. I mean, you can't tell me this doesn't annoy you when you're playing. We're playing a so-called better version of San Andreas here, and it's just bugging the shit out of me. Okay, so the next thing that really bugged me was the sound. And there was a lot of mixed opinions in the comments of my video on this. Some people were saying you shouldn't bitch about the sound because it's all about the nostalgia and they shouldn't touch the sound at all. And there was other people who were agreeing with me, saying that the sound should have been updated and perhaps they should have added new sound effects as well. I mean, I'm not expecting them to completely overhaul the sound in the game because I know that would, you know, take a lot of work. It was just a bit disappointing to me that all the sound in the game had not been updated. And let's see if anything's been done about it. No, it hasn't. I don't really know how to explain it, but I guess it's the actual sound quality of the sound effects in the game, such as running arseholes over. It just sounds really outdated. And sadly, that has still not changed. That is still a problem. And just to completely eliminate people saying it would take too much time to make the sound better in this game, you can install a mod that improves all the sound effects, such as the guns, the vehicles, and even some of the pedestrians. But what sucks is that mod no longer works, unfortunately, because the person who made it hasn't updated the mod for a little while, and there has been updates for this game, which have stopped the mod from working. Let's drive over to the city. What are these little things on the floor that keep spawning in? I have no idea. What the hell? It's like bits of tyre. We're going to get onto the bugs in a moment, but I don't know what's going on there. They keep spawning on the road. Look, what is this? Why are these spawning on the road? It's not supposed to. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about was the gunplay. Once again, something else that really bugs me about this game was the fact that the gunplay is quite frustrating. They didn't do enough to make it usable. It was buggy as hell. And as you can see, we are trying it out right now, and I can actually say it feels a lot better than it did before. It's actually locking onto my enemies now, which it wasn't doing before. It was buggy as hell. As you can see, it's literally locking onto every single person I actually aim at, which is brilliant. They have definitely updated this. And you can see what I mean about these sound effects, can't you? I mean, bloody hell, the guns in this game sound so bad. I think the sound of your dog shooting diarrhea down your cat's neck sounds more realistic than the guns in this game. It sounds shit, I have to say it. But that is one positive so far. They've actually updated the gunplay. So another thing that really bugs me about this game was the bugs. And there was a lot of them. I reckon there was more bugs in the Definitive Edition than the original game somehow. How the hell did they accomplish that? There was an example, bloody hell. Is that a poor donkey on the... Oh, look at that poor donkey on the ceiling there, on the roof. And I've been driving around the city a fair amount. You're not going to believe this, but I haven't really seen any bugs. I mean, you've got a few bent over bitches like this guy here that's driving like he shit his pants. It's a bit of clipping going on there, but it's not a big deal. But there doesn't seem to be many bugs or weird things going on in the city. I mean, we just saw that moped earlier, so there's a lot of duplicate pedestrians, but there's no actual bugs from the looks of it. But the next thing I need to check is whether they fixed the goddamn awful rain effect that made you want to eat your own eyes when you saw it. It was so bad. Let's see what the rain looks like now. Bloody hell. To be fair, it's a massive improvement. Although there isn't a lot of rain for some reason. There's not a lot of rain coming down. I mean, there's a few drops here and there, but nothing to get a rod on about. But yeah, they've improved the rain. I mean, it doesn't look that amazing, but at least it doesn't look terrible like before. Another thing is the fact that for some reason, the city felt really dead. It wasn't populated, and the streets were almost empty. What is it like now? Well, I'm driving around the streets, and as you can see, there isn't a lot of pedestrians, but I do think there is a bit of an increase than before. But there's nothing to boast about. I mean, some streets are pretty bare, and traffic-wise, like we saw earlier in the video, it's pretty piss poor still. There isn't really a lot of attention to detail made in this Definitive Edition, as we can see. Especially this street as well. I mean, bloody hell, all the cars are popping in now, but it's just bare bones. It looks shit, let's be honest. To be fair, I think the game actually looks better at night. I think this cop's just pulled over someone as well, which is quite cool. Look, this is why San Andreas is one of the best Grand Theft Autos. For its time, at least. Oh, what a great shop. Just got to go in here quickly. Wonder if they've got any Prime in here. Doubt it. You can't buy it anywhere, for Christ's sake. They haven't fixed that either. That's another thing I've got to complain about. Your car disappearing every 2 minutes. So overall, is this game worth playing? 1 year after its release. Should you buy it? The game does cost a lot less now than it did originally. So that might be a reason to buy this game. But I've got to say, it is disappointing overall when you look at what this could have been. They could have done so much with this to make it even better than the original. But unfortunately, they didn't. And I don't expect any more changes to be made to this game now. I think that is it. I wouldn't buy this game unless you can get it really cheap. It's just not worth the money in my opinion. And you can make this game a lot better with mods. And if you would like to see a video where I try and make this game even better than the Definitive Edition with mods, just go ahead and give this video a like rating and let me know in the comments down below. Have you played this game? What are your thoughts on it? And to find out 5 reasons why you should play GTA 4 and why it's such a bloody great game and better than GTA 5 in some aspects, click the card on screen to check out that video, as you might be surprised just how damn good GTA 4 is, and that video may make you want to pick it up. Thank you guys very much for watching and have a great rest of your day.